everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Today we're going to make this masculine card. It uses a stamp set called Going Global, and then on the inside it says, I thank my lucky stars for you, and then you have this really awesome dipper constellation, which I absolutely love because I don't have a stamp set that's even like that, so I think it would be good for camping or scrapbook pages, things like that. So that's why I got the Going Global stamp set. This particular stamp set is wood mount, so it comes in a wood mount size case. And then before you put the stamps together, I highly suggest you take a picture of how the blocks are arranged. I cannot put these back together without the picture to help me out. So it fits in there very tightly. But there's a lot of good things. Very good masculine stamp set. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to create this card. The first thing that you're going to need is your base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is in the color called Chocolate Chip. So I'm just going to fold along the score line. We're going to make the inside part of the card first. So we've got a piece of crumb cake. This is 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to do our stamping on here. So I'm going to stamp the constellation first. I'm just inking it up with some chocolate chip ink. And then I'm going to take the I thank my lucky stars for you stamp, ink that up with chocolate chip ink, and just press that right there on the left. And so the inside panel is done. We can take a little multi-purpose liquid glue here right along the top, and we'll set this into the inside panel of our card. And we can kind of wiggle that into place, make sure all 4 borders are nice and even. And then we're going to set this aside because we're going to do a little work here on the front of our card. So you will need a piece of crumb cake cut at 3 by 5.5, and because this is going to be layered with this panel over the top, we are going to go ahead and do our stamping on here and cut that out with the Big Shot. So again, this is 3 by 5.5. What we're going to do is ink up I'm Lost Without You and stamp that right through the center. And then we're going to use the Project Life Cards and Labels die set. So this is a framelit set. We're going to use this one right here. And so I'm going to take this to my Big Shot machine and run that through, and I'll be right back. So here's the setup I used. First I put down my magnetic platform, then I did the cut plate, then I took that 3 by 5.5 inch piece of crumb cake, stamped it, put my framelit label on right where I wanted it, put my cut plate over the top, ran it through the Big Shot machine, and this is what I've got. So now I can just poke this out, and this is what we're going to use as the sentiment on our card. And then this card is going to be one of the panels on our card. So we're going to take the panel from Going Places 6x6 paper stack. This is found in our Occasions 2016 catalog, and it does coordinate with our stamp set. And so I really like that paper pack. This piece is 2 3/4 by 5.5, and so you will be able to create 2 panels from one of those papers. And then we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to put this on with a little multi-purpose liquid glue. So we can just swirl that around our opening here, and then we'll set our Designer Series paper right over the top. We can kind of make sure that's nice and even. And now the next step is to do a little bit of a wrap. So I've got some gold baker's twine, and I'm going to take some Scotch tape. I'm going to flip this over, and we're just going to secure this down about right here. And the reason, I just want to make sure that I have enough room so that when I put my sentiment panel on, there will be enough room for it down here. And so that's why I went, oh, let's see, maybe not quite 1.5 inches up from the bottom. And then we're just going to take this and we're just going to wrap this a couple times, and then we can go ahead and add some additional wraps this direction. And then we'll just secure it on the back with another piece of Scotch tape. So we just did a few wraps around it, and it's going to look real nice. The next thing that we want to do is stamp our compass rose. And so I have the compass rose here, and we're going to ink that up with the chocolate chip. Again, that's from our Going Global stamp set. And so we're just going to stamp that on there, and then we're going to take the 2-inch circle punch and punch that out. Just like so. Then we're going to go ahead and get this onto the front panel of our card. So how I'm going to do that is with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to take a dimensional and put it in each corner of our card panel. And then I'll go ahead and I'll take the peelies off. And then we'll just set this so that, oh, I don't know, maybe about 1/4 of an inch or so from the left-hand side. And then we'll just set this down, and it looks good. Then we're going to take the I'm Lost Without You panel. We're going to actually put 2 dimensionals over here and 1 dimensional over here. We need to raise this right side so that when we put the dimensional on this side, it will all be even. So to do that, we're just going to stack our dimensionals on this side. So we'll put 1 dimensional down, take the peely off, and then add another dimensional right over the top of it. And again, remove the peely, and then 1 dimensional on this side, and then maybe 1 more just through the center to keep it nice and stable. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring this sentiment so that it's flush to the right side. And then we'll just set this down just like so. Beautiful. And then we can go ahead and we can add our compass rose right here. And so again, to do that, I'm just going to add a dimensional here. We don't need to do a lot of dimensionals because all of this rope action will also help keep this nice and steady. So we can just set that down with 1 dimensional and put that in so that our compass rose is about right like this. And our card is complete. So here's what the completed card looks like. And here's the card I had done in advance. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial for a masculine card. If you need to place a Stampin' Up! Order and don't currently have a demonstrator, please visit my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com. It is celebration, so with every $50 increment on your product purchase, you will get a free celebration item. And I have lots of links at my blog to direct you to all of that information. Have a great day. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.